Hey, basketball coaches and basketball players. Today I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 basketball plays of the decade from 2010 to 2020. Let's get down and let's check out these basketball plays. So, what happens here, this is a playoff game with the Miami Heat and the San Antonio Spurs. So first, Chris Bosh gets that offensive rebound. He comes down, and now we are watching Ray Allen. Now, players, if you are a player, you were going for the offensive board, you didn't get it. However, one of your players on your team did, and you're a good three-point shooter, or even just a mediocre shooter, you need to get to the three-point line fast. And that's what we see here with Ray Allen. He steps back really quickly. Now, look, watch his footwork. This is extremely important. So, right now, he is on his left foot. He steps back to land on his right foot. That's going to be his planted foot. Now he gets his left foot back, and now he's going to take that shot. So he lands on that right foot. Now he lands back on that left foot, and now he's got that momentum to push himself towards the basket as a shooter. So here we don't see his shoulders in line with his knees, in line with his toes, because they're not. So what's happening here is if you are going backwards with your shooting form, or if you're stepping back into a shot, you actually want your body to be on an angle. So technically, yes, you will have your shoulders in line with your knees, in line with your toes. Technically you do, but on a different angle. Why is this important? Because when you're moving this way, the momentum is taking you that way, and you're not going to be able to shoot as far. However, if you've got this angle to you, you are going to have a higher possibility or a higher chance of getting that ball at least towards the rim. Now let's watch Ray Allen's shooting form. It's a two-step form. Shooting pocket, up, and then he releases that ball. And that ball does go in, and he wins that game. So now in play number 2. In play number 2, we have the Golden State Warriors going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. Now we have Andre Iguodala and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson coming down on the fast break. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Now what we have here is Andre Iguodala, he's the one who's able to jump. While Steph Curry, he's the one who's able to shoot and also able to pass the ball. Andre Iguodala is going down the middle while Steph Curry is going down the sideline. So what does this tell us? Well, usually you would want to have that ball going down the middle. However, if you've got a player who has the ability to jump going down the middle of the court while you've got that shooter along the wing, sometimes you've got the ability or the chance to pass to that player, which is going to draw up that defender because he obviously does not want that shot to be taken. And next, we're going to have that pass back over to Andre Iguodala, who's going to be able to finish with the acrobatic layup. However, watch LeBron James. This is why you should never give up on a play. This is LeBron James right here. He comes down and he automatically knows he's going to be able to recover from this. I'm not too sure if this player was purposefully overplaying Steph Curry because he knew LeBron James was smart enough to recover. I'm not too sure. However, what I am sure about is LeBron James, and that is he knew that this player was overplaying Steph Curry. So why does he need to go and guard Steph Curry? He doesn't. He needs to get back and guard the player who this player is not guarding, and that is Andre Iguodala. LeBron James is able to time this perfectly. Now, if he didn't time this perfectly and automatically go towards Andre Iguodala, this would have been an easy layup. It might have even been a foul, but LeBron James was able to recover and pin that block or pin that shot along the backboard. Now this is a play for all of the coaches out there. This is play number 3 of the decade. So what we have here is the center inbounding the ball. I always have a small forward or a center inbounding myself. However, the small forward in this situation is Kawhi Leonard. So we actually see Ibaka going along the sideline, and we have Siakam and Kawhi both heading up towards the free throw line. From here, we have a screen for Kyle Lowry going over towards this corner. Now, after that screen, you can tell that he is not the number one option. He is the backup option here. And we have, after that Kyle Lowry screen, we now have Pascal Siakam setting a secondary screen for Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is obviously the number one choice. Now, coming off of this screen, Kawhi Leonard knows he needs to beat his man towards that corner, and I would actually assume that he might have been trying to attack right here instead of that corner. However, we don't know where he wanted to attack right at this point in time, or really at all, but he is looking pretty solid to attack this lane that is there. However, what we have now is Joel Embiid leaving Pascal Siakam to double team Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi Leonard knows that he should be able to beat Joel Embiid off of the dribble, so he continues to attack that player. He could have easily passed over to Pascal Siakam, but we have to remember that in this situation, he is our number one player, and we have two close to 7-foot players on him, so passing over to Pascal Siakam would have been probably pretty hard to do over those two tall players. So instead, he attacks that baseline, and we have Serge Ibaka already reading this play and knowing he needs to get out of that corner to draw his defender out of the way. And that really needed to happen because a double team is enough. And now what we have, this is actually a fantastic move. For all the players out there, watch Kawhi Leonard's footwork. This is why this shot went in. This is why he never got blocked. On his last step, right there, that step right there, he actually slows down quite a bit. And because he slows down, that then brings Joel Embiid onto his heel. He's thinking that he's actually going to be, Kawhi Leonard's going to be taking the shot. However, Kawhi Leonard then does a step back, and then he takes that shot. And because of that last step before he goes, it's almost like a stutter step in a way. Because of that, that slowed down and got Joel Embiid off his feet long enough so that Kawhi Leonard was able to make that shot, or at least get that shot off. Now, the magic of that rim is crazy. So in play number 4, we have Kyrie Irving against the Golden State Warriors' Steph Curry. These are two elite guards, both of which have pretty good defense and amazing offense. So what we have here is a breakdown move. We have a crossover, and then we have another crossover. He's basically walking crossovers up to Steph Curry. Now, that reverse crossover back through the legs, that's going to be a quick hang dribble. Now, why is that important? That's now getting Steph Curry off the floor, trying to straighten him up a bit. The reason for that is because now he's going to do a quick attack dribble, and then he's going to do a step back, which is going to create enough space to make that shot. So the reason why he made that shot is because he did that hang dribble to straighten up Steph Curry, a quick attack dribble to get him back low and to take a step away from him, in which case then he did a step back and then he was able to drain that shot. And now play number 5 is Damian Lillard's amazing shot. This is against OKC in the playoffs, and this shot was absolutely ridiculous. So what he's doing here is he's sizing up Paul George. Paul George, let me tell you, is an absolutely amazing defender. Now, what he does here is that quick crossover size up move. And if we go back, and I can't do it with this clip, but if you go back, he's actually crossing over the ball a few times. What this does, and we can actually zoom in to Paul George's feet, they're down on his heels. That means that he's a dead defender. That means that if you take your shot and your opponent's heels are on the ground, you have a high possibility that he's not going to be able to block your shot. Now, I'm not too sure if Lillard's seen this, but I really believe that he probably did, considering that he did a step back and he made the shot. But he does a quick crossover. Nothing different yet. Nothing different. Right here is the difference. So he goes from doing a couple of crossovers to that last crossover, which doesn't look any different. But then he brings his feet together, does a quick step back, a long step back. And because of this, because Paul George was down on his heels while Damian Lillard was doing those regular crossovers, Damian Lillard, when he does that step back, because Paul George was on his heels, that's going to make him instinctually want to jump and block that shot. Even though at that point in time, Lillard never took the shot. It's because he was on his heels and he knew he needed to catch up. He knew he never had that much time left on the clock and he just needed to contest the shot. And if you've got a shot like Lillard's, which is unstoppable at times, then what this move is going to do for you is allow you to do stuff like this. Now, I hope this video helps you as a basketball coach as well as a basketball player. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again in our next video.